Hey folks, Jonathan here. We got Vic working on the boiler here. We are actually filling this thing with water, going to hydro test. But before we hydro test, we're going to hook the pressure washer up, and I'm going to leave these valves on and check them. They should pop off at 110, so we should get water spray out of them at 110. We'll see. And then we'll get back below that and then tape them off. It don't take much to hold them off, I don't believe. And then we're just going to run it up to 150, and hopefully everything will work out all right. So far we've got no leaks. We're above that line and below the water level line on the gauge, so we're just waiting on it to come up. And done quite a bit of work. We've got the valve. I've changed out the valve. I put a globe valve on there that I'd picked up, the one I picked up in Pennsylvania actually, and we've just got a piece on it for now, sort of working like a funnel. And then I've got a piece that screws in there that's got the gauge. I'll show it to you actually. Got a piece hooked in my pressure washer right here. So we got a gauge. This screws in it. We got it teed off. We got a valve to shut it off, and we got the piece that hooks the pressure washer. So we'll actually get it up to pressure and then shut this valve off, and keep an eye on the gauge as we do it. And this is a new, good, really good gauge, so I know we won't have any issues with that. So I'll have to get all this put back on it here, or put on it shortly. All right. Okay, folks. So we was trying to get this thing filled up and hydro test. I don't know if we're going to get it done today or not, because I had to leave on a wreck. Had to get two of them, and or both vehicles. So anyway, we did get this changed out. We had a T that was froze and busted here, and must have been some water sitting in it. And so we got that changed. We got this. This is just a regular water valve for a water hose, and I've got a fitting that goes on here to be able to hook a hose to it from the other end, pressure end. That way we can actually fill this thing from there if we need to. And so we got that valve and that. So I've just turned the water back on. Like I said, I don't even know what time it is, so I don't know how long it's going to be before we're able to hydro test. I hear the water coming in. Like I said, no leaks yet, so far so good. We know none of the short tubes are leaking yet. You know, they may leak under pressure, I don't know, but I mean, they're not leaking yet. You know, I was really surprised at this boiler. The more I looked at it, the more I messed with it, the more I realized how good a shape it's in. It's really not a bad boiler at all, and really impressed with it. All right, folks, we've got some water, about almost halfway up the sight glass. So we got to keep on going. It'll get faster as we go because it gets smaller, you know, because the top's rounded. So everything's looking good. No leaks at all as of yet. So maybe all the tubes are good. I went in and bought a tube roller just in case on this thing. We got to put a tube in. Now this got a fusible plug, which is right there in the center. And that is so if the water level gets below that plug, which would be just about at the top of these tubes, it'll burn that out, and then it'll put all steam into here and end up putting your fire out, or at least leaking so bad you couldn't run it. All right, so here's our pressure reliefs. They're set at 110 each, I hope. We're gonna open this valve. All right, we're starting to put water in. Okay. Now, so watching this gauge to go up, and we're hoping when it goes up and hits 110, we're going to get one of these pop-offs to come off. Okay, you see it's climbing. We got 10 pounds here. Okay. $15. 20 pounds. What do you got there, Rick? Okay. I'm at 25. 30. You're looking good so far. 40. I see some water coming up around the top a little bit. Okay, I'm showing 60. 70. Got him looking at the other gauges on the other side. Okay, we got water leak here. This is not a big deal. Yep, 100. Okay, we're going to the, should be cutting off. All right, one of them started. Oh, they both are. Okay, there's our pressure release. Okay. I think I'll do that one. Yeah. All right, and we'll stop it. Okay. Okay, it's fine. All right, we're gonna change. We're gonna tie them both down. This one opened up too, so we're just gonna go ahead and get them both down, and then we'll test again. We got a little leak here. That's okay. All right. Check all these fluids. There's all the fluids, and see. I don't see any water. No water, that's a good deal. Okay, and this is where our pressure releases come. So we'll get them chained and go from there. Or not chained, but wired. All right, folks, so we tried pressure washing. We got up to 120, kept having these pop-off valves go off. Even though I wired them, it don't matter, which is a good thing. They're made so it don't work if you just wire them. But we know now, which I should have known to start with, but I didn't. So I have actually got it plugged. I've worked on a couple of leaks on my pipe. And let me see, we had a little bit of a leak on this. I tightened it up. So I think we're good to go. I think we're ready to retest and see what happens. All right, folks. Let me see. I'm gonna climb up the rickety ladder. Alright, so here's what we got. We got both of them blocked off. Hopefully they won't leak. I don't like the looks of this one. I ran out of thread tape, so I used, yeah, it's already leaking. I'm not liking it, but we're gonna try it. Alright, so we'll open this up. And then we'll start building, put water in. Big, we're already leaking. Yeah, I'm gonna take this valve back out. I got some thread tape now I'm gonna put on. I tried some of that liquid. Fell off. Yeah, don't like that. All right, let me change it out. All right, so we cleaned it off and put tape on it. We're gonna get back down and give it a try. So here's what I tried. Thread sealing compound. See, I'm always in a hurry, so this stuff may need to set and dry. I don't know. I ain't got any glasses on, so I can't read it. I just gotta guess at what it says. Made in China Grove, North Carolina. All right, back up again. So, a little bit too far away from it, I believe. Here, let me see if I can reach over here. Open this side. And then hopefully start building pressure. Now, I think what we're going to do is take it up to about 150, 155. Just about peg the gauge out. And then we're just going to shut everything off and let it sit. We'll make it there with no leak. So far so good. We got water sitting in that, but it's not coming up any higher, and I tightened it down, so. I didn't put any sealer on it. I did on the small handhold. We're up about 10. Yeah, Vic's over there reading the other gauges, so they're matching. Both of them gauges are matching this gauge, so we're good to go on that. So we're climbing. We're at getting ready to hit 30. So the reason that you do it with this water is if it was to explode, it would just get us all wet. It wouldn't really, you know, have any power because it don't expand like, or compress like air and steam expands so much. 60. This is where it kind of gets scary. 140. Maybe go 150. Maybe go 155. Let me put the camera down. Okay, so I shut it off at 155. I don't know if you can see it. So we're sitting there with 155 in it.
One's going down, one's staying up.
Okay, you want to kill the water, Vic? Yeah, one of them's right on 150, one's a little below, which I trust my gauge over there better than these. A little bit of a drip there. That's from our cap. I'm really tickled them tubes. No tubes are leaking, which they're thick tubes anyway. Yeah, we're a little below 150, so we're losing pressure somewhere. Probably where you see it dripping right there would be one place. Losing a little bit. You see anything in the front of the box? I brought the light out, Vic. There's nothing running through. Let me find my light. Any water anywhere? No, dry as can be. Dry as can be. Yeah, nothing leaking. We're losing a little bit of pressure, but it's not because of that. It's because of there's at least one leak here. It's not a terrible one, and then I've got another leak still up there. I don't know why them pipes didn't tighten up, Vic.
There's a leak on that glass.
On what?
The glass is leaking away.
Glass.
The glass.
Oh, it's shut off. It don't matter. It's not gonna have no pressure.
Oh, ain't got no pressure on it.
It's just leaking what's in the glass. Yeah, so it's not a problem. Yeah, the only thing new is where I'm dripping up there on my fitting. We tightened it. I might not have got enough tape on it because I was running low on tape. So.
Which fitting's that?
Same one that we tightened up there, the big one.
Oh, shit.
I could pump the pressure up and then jump up there and turn the main valve off. That'll lose pressure on this, but it would keep pressure on the, oh, wait a minute. Okay, here's our problem. Okay, it's finally filled up that hole up there. It's our gasket on our flange up there. I didn't put any sealer or nothing on it. We probably didn't clean it as good as we should have. So that's not a problem. I mean, that's, we can just, when we let the water back down, we can pop it out of there and reseal it. Yeah, that's where we're losing our pressure at. So we're good there. It's a man-made problem, not a nature-made problem. All right. We're gonna blame it on Vic anyway. Vic, you screwed up.
Okay.
All right, he admits to it, so there you go. All right, folks, everything's went good. No problems with the boiler anywhere. Of course, except my gasket I gotta fix, which is not a big issue. And we are working on right now plumbing this up. We've got to run a 1-inch line from here to here, which is our injector, steam pressure for our injector. Then we're going to run a 2-inch line running over to our other boiler. We're going to pipe it in so we have we can, you know, tie the whole system together. And I'm going to leave one 2-inch line running to come over to our Bates engine, and then it's going to go on the other side and go underground and go over to our Schofield Taylor Ironworks engine. So that's what we're working on now, and hopefully we'll have her together here real soon. 2 inches will run anything I need to run here, because we're not running under, you know, any major load or anything like that on like the Bates engine. We're just going to run it. We're not running it that much, and a lot of people run them on smaller lines than that, you know, museums and stuff. But so we figured 2 would be fine, and we got a 3-inch valve on it. 2-inch lines, we've got to get our pressure relief valves back up on top, and they checked good because they went off at 110 like they should. So everything is working out really good, and we're gonna hopefully maybe be able to build a fire in this thing tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. All right, so we've got our 2-inch line running across. Got the forklift holding it up, and we've got, let me show you where we're at here. I teed into the line going from this boiler, and we got a cutoff valve over there. Got 2-inch line coming over, 2-inch line going to our Buffalo Forge engine, and we took this elbow out and put a T in and brought it this way, put a valve in to shut it off. I need to, and then brought it on out. Now, instead of using T's, instead of using elbows, I'm using T's. And the reason is I can take this end cap off and add more steam line, and I plan on building a roof off this end of the building also to put the Atlas engine I have, so I'll be able to run steam to it no problem too. So we're working on it, threading one piece that goes from here, well actually the long piece coming here, and then we're gonna get a distance and thread that one, and once that's done we'll be able to do our exhaust or our stacks, and then I've still got to fix our leak on top of our boiler. Drop that handhole, well it's not a handhole, it's bigger than that, but drop that cover down and clean that real good, and you know, maybe put some sealer on it, I don't know, and then we're going to try to fire this thing maybe tomorrow. All right folks, so following day we've got a barrel, we got our injector set up, everything's plumbed in, we have got our safety valves on. Of course I got to get up here and take them wires off, which I now know that the wires don't do a daggone thing anyway. Then we're just for opening up the valve to relief pressure, but you can't hold it closed, which totally makes sense. I mean, I understand why they do it, and that way you don't get somebody that wants to make a little more power, so we'll just close it off. So everything's plumbed, and we got our, not everything, but I mean everything for now. We got our 2-inch line running, and running over, down, and into our other steam pipes. So we'll have this boiler shut off, and of course the other little boiler shut off, and then we'll fire this one. And we're getting ready to do that here in just a little bit. We got to put some stacks on it for smokestack, and let a little more water out. I haven't let enough out yet. I think I'll let some of it out into that barrel, run a hose, we can run it off of that, and then that way we'll won't lose so much. But moving along. Alright folks, so getting ready to build a fire. We got enough stack on there that, well, we're just going to build a fire. I've got to buy some more because what was on it was so rusty. And I think I'm going to redo the tops, make them come out a little better. But anyway, that's what we're working on now, is getting ready to fire it up and see how it does running the generator with the lights now. And let me see, I got to get this back shut. That's what we're working on. Then a cat over here keeping me company. Anna.